What's up, Toes? Cam111 here, and welcome to another MLP merch review. And this time we're covering some older comics, as well as a repackaged version of some older comics, in the microseries to be exact, but we'll get to that later. We're going to start right to left. Let's just get into it. Now, this is a Hot Topic exclusive cover for issue number 13 of the main MLP series, and it's a two-parter covering issue 13 and 14, and I'd have to say this was the first issue, or the first arc where it wasn't the Cook and Price art team, and I liked that art style. I still like it. I like it more than this one. That's not bashing this art style. It's still good, and it's still, readable and all that. The story is okay, and I only had a few issues here and there. I mean, they used the love conquers all sort of lesson in the end, and by default I am not a pirate person, and this is what it is. The cover may be misleading, but it's a pirate arc. It's still okay. It's a pretty good read, but I do personally like the other ones a little bit more, and this will actually cost a little bit more because it's a Hot Topic variant. It's $5.50, not the normal $4. This is actually a variant of number 13, and there's a little bit of glare because I haven't taken it out of its sleeve yet, because it's the same issue, so there's no point to really take it out of the sleeve. It's the retail incentive cover, and I don't know who gets it. I know I went to a place called Coliseum of Comics, and they had a few, so it might depend. This one was actually $6, and again, that price may vary. It might be the individual retailer that's varying it. I think retailer incentive just means that only physical stores get them and not online. So what it is, it looks like it's it's sort of a mock-up of what they intended. Like, there's little notes on the margins and stuff. I don't know if you could see them, but sort of what the artists intended the cover to be like. And they have like the MLP logo taped on, and it's not real tape, it's printed, but it looks like it was a scanned image, and it looks really cool. I love stuff like this. I love pre-production stuff, animation cells, just art portfolios, all that stuff. Stuff that really interests me, and is definitely a really cool issue. It's got all the ponies there. It's got, I think it has Celestia and Luna too. I'm assuming these are Celestia and Luna because they look like alicorns and they're taller, and you can't really see the cutie mark, but I'm guessing like that's Luna and that's Celestia. But they're not actually, they don't make an appearance in the issue, so it's sort of a one-off piratey cover that doesn't necessarily have to do with the Pirates storyline, because they never run into like a crap ton of treasure in this series either. And this is issue 14, which is just a continuation of that. Again, it's the Hot Topic variant. I just personally like the Hot Topic variants more than the regular ones this time around. And this one's got Doctor Who's Hot Topic really likes to do the Doctor Who's variants. They've done one for issue number 1, now they're doing one for issue 14. Midtown Comics had one for issue number 2. I really liked the Midtown Comics number 2. I've actually shown that in a previous video, but I think I might like this one just a little bit more now, because it's got just the changelings and the snowmen like in the background, and it reminds me of like a Doctor Who Christmas special, because that's usually how they do it. It's like they had the one with the creepy snowmen, and I don't know, it reminds me of something like that. And again, the art style isn't changed because it's the same arc, and yeah, that's basically it. One thing I will point out though from the story is that this is the first arc where Twilight has her wings, and from now on she's going to have her wings, and she's, a princess and everything. So, and I liked how it was treated for the first time around. Some of the guys, or some of the pirates or thugs or whatever you want to call them, recognized her as an alicorn, and like, oh, you a princess? And it's like she didn't use any super princessy powers. She just kind of was like, it was used as a storytelling trope where, they wanted to like kidnap her and take her for ransom. So it was just like, she's not overpowered anymore. It just adds a little bit more to the story, and that's what I like about the show and what they're doing with it, because she doesn't do too many princessy things. She's just like, hey, she can fly, she's a princess, like they acknowledge it, but it's not like story breaking, like, because you think like she'd be just as strong as Celestia and they'd run into like no more problems, but the problems are still there. They just get handled a little bit differently. So I'm done with being like, I was never upset about Alicorn Twilight, but I'm done being skeptical or anything. Again, I was very open to the idea, but I mean, seeing the comic books handle it, seeing the show handle it, all skepticism aside, I think you should have all skepticism aside too, because it's here to stay. And I mean, even like the merch looks really good. I talked about like the Fineco vinyl figures coming out soon. Those are up for pre-order on Hot Topic, and I mean that the Princess Twilight one looks awesome. Even some of the Hasbro limited edition Princess Twilights look really good, and it's just it's here to stay. So may as well embrace it, right? So let's get into this My Little Pony Tales Volume 2. And this, if you don't know, I covered Volume 1 a while back when it came out. And when the comic book series first started, I didn't have a comic shop near me, so I always bought the comics online. And, you know, when you buy stuff online, you pay for shipping, and it gets kind of expensive. So I only stuck to the regular series. And, you know, microseries started to pile up, and when they released these volumes, I was by a comic book store, so I was able to get them. So I ended up buying the microseries this way, and now that the My Little Pony Friends Forever is replacing, or yeah, that's what they're called, Friends Forever, is replacing the microseries, I could buy those individually. I don't have to wait for the volumes, but these are definitely nice volumes. The cover is a matte in the negative space and gloss on the positive space, so all the characters, all the text is glossy. It's got I don't know if you could tell, but the MLP logo's got the sparkles on it, and or like glitter sparkles, and the bottom, the Ponytails Volume 2 has it as well. And then on the back, same deal, matte over here, gloss all over here where the characters are. And they do show the other volumes. They show Volume 1 of the Ponytails, which is the micro series, and Volume 2 or Volume 1 of the original series. So, oh, and also recently Volume 3 of the main series came out, which includes the Cadence and Shining Armor arc and the Macintosh arc, which those are both 2 issues each, as opposed to the first 2 volumes, which are each 4 issues. So you're still getting 4 issues, but anyway, that's extra information besides the point. So if you don't know about the micro series, they get like different artists and different writers, I believe, on each one. I know they get different artists because the art style is different in each one, but I believe the writers are different too. I mean, the credits are all in the book. I didn't bother to look, and I don't know. Just the art styles. I think I was happy with every single art style here. I mean, the CMC one looks very much like drawn. The line work is a little bit like messy on purpose. Like it's stylized in a way that it looks like it's more childish, which matches the CMC. And, you know, just because you make something look childish doesn't mean you're not skilled. It's like it was all intentional, and it just looks super good. I mean, look at that. That looks very good, and it oozes that childish charm which the CMC are known for. So it's really nice. The lesson is kind of like, you know, don't take advantage of friends and stuff, because the CMC stumble across a new friend, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but it's just, that's sort of the lesson there. And then they show like covers and stuff. They had a bunch of variant covers. That's usually what they do with trade paperbacks. They put in the variants throughout, so you can you know, just have them. And the Celestia one is actually one of my favorites. The Celestia and Luna ones I really enjoyed, because the Celestia one actually reveals a little bit of lore in the past that that she sort of flashbacks, and just thinking about this great attack that happened. It wasn't Sombra, it wasn't Discord, and it wasn't Nightmare Moon. So it was something else, and that just shows that those aren't the only villains. There's definitely more. The lore is deeper, and all these all the comic books are canon, because they're like licensed by Hasbro, and I mean, it's been said before that they're canon, and it's just nice to know that there's more history than just what the show has. And they sometimes expand on what the show has, and sometimes they build up their own lore, which is totally awesome. And I love seeing, I just love seeing what they do, and the lesson is really nice too. And again, another variant. And then Spike's story. Spike's is very weird. It's definitely an interesting story, and I feel like I've seen it before elsewhere, like in a TV show or something, but it's just done so funny and quirky, and I'm a fan of Spike. I know a lot of people don't like him, but this one is just perfect, and the new characters. The common theme is I mean, not among all these issues, just I guess the CMC and Spike one, is they're revealing more like species. Like, you know, you watch My Little Pony at the beginning, and it's just ponies, Pegasi, Earth ponies, and unicorns, whatever, and alicorns. So you just got the horses, but then you know you have Spike the dragon, and then they show that there's more dragons and all that, and then you get other species. Definitely like expanded in the comic books. You know, you find out about griffins in the show, and then there's other stuff. There's a bunch of like species that are throughout Equestria. There, you know, minotaurs, and I just love when the lore gets expanded. And again, the comics are a great medium for that. I almost like the comics a little bit more because I feel like the pacing is a little bit better. But anyway, that's just me. I mean, because they could be as long or as short as they want. They could be one-off issues like these, or they could be, you know, four-issue arcs and be completely epic with climaxes and all that. But whatever. And then the Luna one, which I think the Luna one is my favorite. It's basically Luna and Celestia are having a bet of, you know, Luna thinks she can handle the day and the night, which, you know, the first time around that segued into her getting sent to the moon after she went full-on rage, you know, Nightmare Moon. But this time it's just a friendly bet, and Celestia's like, okay, yeah, handle the day, see if I care. Celestia goes to the spa, gets pampered, while Luna goes through Celestia's tasks for the day, and it is just completely amazing. Luna's dialogue is, oh my god, it's perfect. And it looks like it's the Cook and Price art team, which worked on, you know, the first 12 issues, and they're back for this micro series, and I love it. It's such a good art style for the comics, and again, Luna's dialogue is to die for. If you're going to pick up one micro series, I'd say make it this one, because the ponies, in a way, the main six, they're a little bit predictable in their dialogue. I mean, they have some good lines and stuff, but this is definitely standout amazing, and it's just so much fun. You get to see new characters, you get to see returning characters. You don't never really see Fancy Pants again outside the show, or the Flim Flam Bros, but they're all in here making minor roles in Luna's day, and it's just, man, it's so good. It is so good. That is my, I don't think I've ever been like this passionate about like a particular issue, but it's really good. And just, this is exactly how I imagine Luna to be. She's that like little sister, but she's very not arrogant, but she's got somewhat of an attitude. She's goofy. She's kind of like she was in the Halloween episode, you know, like the fun has been doubled, and but there's just some awesome one-liners, some awesome dialogue exchanges, and it's just fun to see, you know, sisters being sisters in this, and, you know, I don't know. And then there's a little bonus short, like, two-panel thing, or two-page thing that shows some backstory on the Luna comic, but it's just 2 pages, so there's not much to say. And then they have some other variants by Sarah Richard, which she's provided covers for a lot of them, and she might have even done one of the micro series arts in the main 6 one. I don't remember, so don't quote me on that. But it is definitely a very comprehensive trade paperback. It's only 4 issues. It's not 6 like the first one, but it's also not as expensive. This time around, it's only let me get the price here. It's like $18. It says here. You might be able to find it. I saw it on like Amazon, I think, for around like 13 or 14. And just, I guess it always depends where you get it with comics, because online is totally different from retail. And retail, you could get certain deals. Online, you could get certain deals. Just a big clusterfuck, and just like variants from Hot Topic are more expensive than other stores, and then variants from other stores are more expensive than Hot Topic. It's just very confusing. I will try to get in as many links as I can in the description, but obviously those are going to be more relevant to the online buyers if you do want to get these physically in store, which I personally would recommend. You know, that's up to you guys to do some research, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Campbell Hoarder 101 out.